really giving her space, but having her hands up in the air. Fagbenle has length, as you see Marina maybe take this shot. They're hoping that can discourage Alyssa Thomas from making some of her great passes.
No one picks up Clark, who cans the three. Thomas floats it. Bonner can't hit. Connecticut now 1 for 12 from the floor in this first.
Good looks, though. They're getting good looks.
Clark connects on a bomb. On SportsCenter was the durability of Bonner. You know, her frame, her slight, her age, always so durable. Here's Clark working behind Boston. Clark for the lead. Experience between Indiana and Connecticut, and it's the Sun who have a 9-point third-quarter lead. Mitchell isolating on Thomas. Clark needs one. Finally has one. Arrington might have intercepted that from Bonner. Can't finish it. A 15-point Connecticut lead. Clark working Mabry, separating, taking, and hitting.
And Lou, little hesitation. Drops it. Dolson, that one too strong off the window.
I don't know if Dolson was ready for that. Like she was positioning herself for a rebound, but she was right there in front.
Clark, deep three.
He was drafted to the Indiana Fever a couple of seasons ago, number 4 overall in the draft, and has bounced around since then. Had a chance to speak with Fever general manager, and she just loves that Emily is playing so well as of late here in DC.
Here's Clark. That one rattles through for the foul. She is capable of going off the bounce. She's only shooting 67% from 3.
Clark on a step back, buries a three. Sabali. That three ball will not fall. Sabali has missed a good portion of this season. Her international duties with Germany, also suffered an injury. This is just her 14th game and part of the challenge that Dallas has had all year. Clark catch and shoot and knocks down her second three. Off to a great start. Clark with 11 points. A deflection there. Fagbenle gives it ahead to her. Can Clark beat the pack back? Trying to dodge her way through a Goombawale. Behind the back to Fagbenle. Indiana will reset. Clark fire away. You bet. Trying to frustrate Clark. Oh, but Clark with 3 more. One. So Wheeler in the game, getting Clark off the ball just a little bit here. We'll see if the Fever can free her up. Clark off the screen. Clark launches, hits a 3. Too shy of her career high of 31.
They like running her off this Iverson cut. Into a ball screen.
Clark. Yes! Here tonight. 12 points. She and Jackie Young leading the way out of that backcourt. Clark, Boston screen, fire away, hits a 3.
To play hard. Being able to finish out the last a little bit.
Clark, step back, hits a 3.
Vegas strength. They have big physical guards in the backcourt.
Indiana's gone from up 7 to down 7. The Fever had all of the energy early on. Championship medal of Las Vegas on full display, and Clark dropping a 3. Dating back to last year. As Charles lines up a deep 2, it rattles out.
Tina Charles is capable, and those are the shots that Indiana probably doesn't mind her taking, but she can pull Boston out of the paint.
Mitchell sets up Smith, who thought about the pass. Instead will work her way inside. Here's Hole curling into the paint.
A little step-up action right here.
Boston gets it back to Clark, sidesteps Howard. She will launch and knock down a 3.
On offense, and they're doing that by forcing closeouts. You want to get 2 or 3 closeouts each possession, and if you do that, you're probably going to have a team in rotation, and you're probably going to have some mismatches.
Clark, step back 3.
Valia Boston.
This was a 4-point game at halftime. Atlanta extended the lead to 16. Indiana, chance to get it back to 4 here.
Jordan Canada has been a problem for Caitlin Clark. pressure all game.
Clark, a problem for Canada there. Of getting back in this game in that third quarter. So we are back to a possession, start the fourth. Bentley, handoff Clark, launches and hits a three.
Cross-court pass, that is a deep three from Carlton. Not too strong, Hull has the rebound for Indiana. Minnesota shooting just 29% here in the first quarter. Clark looking aggressive, Clark launches and hits a three. Two from out there.
It's so important when you have those breaks, whether that's timeout, in between quarters, in between halves, to come out with the exact same energy. And especially, that's one way to do it.
They've won 18 this year, 13 a year ago. In fact, if Indiana were to win tonight, they would have one more win this year than each of the last 2 years combined. So look at Mitchell, Clark, play and catch.
Got to be able to go to the next play.
McBride, shot too strong. Well, this is a Minnesota defense that has been a lead all season long. Fever had their way with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana started, and maybe that'll help. Fever basketball here. Austin setting up Clark. ABC.
And the scoop shot rolls it in.
Kelsey Mitchell is shooting better than 45% from the three-point line, and it sets up her ability to drive. She is a hard check, tough to keep in front.
Clark, step back, hits a three. Clark with 9 points, 7 assists here so far. Clark crossing over and dropping a three. 5 and Nurse with a silencer.
He a Nurse. 3 triples.
Clark trying to answer. You bet.
10 seconds, because she can get a bucket on anybody.
Clark working on McDonald, who gives it a swipe. Clark, step back, hits a three.
And then Dallas answers again. How about Enrique? Her 4th three-pointer made. Every field goal made has been three, and Clark gets her first field goal.
You know, you talked about, taking advantage of turnovers, but also taking advantage of the foul shooting, which right now the wings are dominating in free throws.
Clark knocks down her three-pointers made.
That's 7 for her. And, I was looking to see what the adjustment was going to be for Coach Sides and this team.
Clark comes back and answers. The Olympics had the 33-point game against Japan.
She's just a hard worker. Her and Enrique, they do the invisible.
Oh, yeah.
They work when you're not seeing them.
Clark from way downtown carries it. And then in the paint again.
That's unbelievable. You were saying that Natasha needed to really get involved more on the offensive end.
3 players in double figures. Clark again with another three.
Since the Marina Mabry trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for 3, rattles it around for the Sky. Jefferson will get it, can't pay it off. Plenty of looks for Chicago. Bentley working it around here for the Fever. Good ball movement on this possession. Logo shot. Logo
of the person they want taking the shots. You can't relax off Caitlin when she gives the ball up.
Well, the Fever on a 15-2 extended run from the end of the first quarter. Clark again.
You gotta pick her up.
And 2 possessions, 2 turnovers here for the Sky. Caitlin Clark running things. 8 assists, 15 points in the first half. Looking to add to her. Who finds Onyenwere, who leaks out, can't get the bunny. The Sky shooting 38%. Caitlin Clark, another.
Spinning back over that left shoulder.
Austin had her 11th double-double of the season, and Clark hits a three. Threes have immediately been responded to by Marina Mabry. And here is Clark, wide open, knocks down a triple. Jump ball there. Kevin Fahey says, no, you will not. In fact, Bentley easily wins it here for Indiana. Shot clock at 14. Clark, step back, hits hits a three.
Then Alicia Gray knocks down the triple. That's a good bucket for Alicia Gray, picking up where she left off. She was huge in terms of her offensive production against Phoenix. But wide open shot. And wide open is Caitlin Clark, but she can't knock it down from up top. Tries it again from a different spot. That one connects. Just the first foul for Alicia Gray as she still is trying to stay connected against Kelsey Mitchell. Timmy Binley not shooting the three that easily or that comfortably.
She's trying to get her game rolling, and she has played really well in the last two games. Clark kicks it out. Hull is free for three, but off the mark. McBride tried to go behind the back to clear that rebound and lost it in the process. She got the rebound and just trying to outlet it in a safe place, but Indiana was all over McBride. And now with 22 seconds to go, here's Clark off the screen. The three-pointer is good. Williams off the back of the rim. Indiana continues to be good on the boards in this game, and that's going to be what, if they can get back into this game, it's going to be grabbing those boards, getting some second chance opportunities. Clark gets herself free, and
here's Katie Lou Samuelson. Can't hit the three in the corner. Boston the rebound. Clark a good look. She got it. Go. Ogumake, the weak side rebound, and then Clark the steal. Mitchell the knockaway. Clark's three. It's good. Meetings between these teams, controlling each of those contests. Indiana a different team though. Clark. She got it.
Professional player overseas. These three gold medalists as Boston dips inside and can't finish. Boston wrestling through a triple team. Here is Clark off the screen, launches, and drops a triple. But she'll pull up. That three ball rims out. Phoenix just 1 of 8 from the perimeter here so far. Indiana with the 4th fastest pace of play, and that suits Caitlin Clark.
Well, one of the things about Coppers, she draws so much attention as well, so you have to be able to pay attention to her, really get out in transition, see if you can get some early quick buckets.
Oh, Clark hits her 3rd three. So I think that was the right decision by Christy Sides not to challenge it. Would have been a tough one to get. Clark off the screen, finds some space, and delivers. It's a triple for Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. All right. They called it on Howard, her second. If anything, I thought maybe Kalani Brown might have been whistled for something.
Yeah, I didn't see that call at all.
Caitlin Clark! At least 2 games in a row. They had a 4-game winning streak back in June after a rough start. Clark, a little bit of daylight. Opportunities, and Uhas cashes in. Caitlin hit it. U.S. Women's Olympic team taking on the WNBA All-Stars. Coverage tips with countdown at 8. And yes, Nafisa Collier will be playing for Team USA, out today with plantar fasciitis. But her team is beating Indiana, and that's exactly.
Long way. She's way more physical, and she knows how to use her body and get to her spots and being able to affect that defense.
Clark is coming off the masterful night and starts us off. Clark stepping back.
Atkins working off the Hines Allen screen, misses on a 3 ball. The Mystics are 0 for 6 here in the early going. Clark working on Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back, hits a 3. Fine to a cutting Dolson.
Again, another nice take, good backdoor look, good execution by Washington.
18-5 run here for the Mystics after the Fever rattle off the first 5. Clark trying to answer, and does with a 3.
I'm not sure which one had possession for there to be travel there, but I guess he determined that Ariel Atkins had possession.
Clark to switch on to Dolson, steps back and buries a triple. Finds Allen charging hard, shot too strong. Indiana has numbers here. Clark looks to take advantage. Clark launches and hits a three.
That is all important as we move forward to the break and understanding where the Fever sit right now.
3 minutes left to play in this one, and the hill is steep. 12 points. The Fever looking to erase. Here's Clark, catch and shoot. Hits a three!
17 feet out. And here's Caitlin Clark leading rookies in several of the major categories. Scoring, assists. She's up there with rebounds, up there with steals. And she'll take the first three-pointer and knock it down. From three, she's going to be key for this Liberty's success. Had to sit out about 3 games because of a knee injury.
And that's the way to push the ball in transition.
Oh, that's not going to... A very young team. Clark takes it away. 3rd turnover for the Liberty. 3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back. Knocks it down.
Chelsea Young, or Chelsea Gray from the Jackie Young spot, missed it. Clark launches, nails it.
Her threes come from above the break. Here's Clark, still trying to find her rhythm. A deep pull, got it.
That is a great...
Hopper back out to Taurasi for 3. Clark with the board.
Diana Taurasi has 48 triples coming into the game.
Logo! Clark with the
60 tonight.
Well, and how about the fact Seattle had 11 wins all of last season? They're already at 10. Look at the tie last year's winning record.
Clark from way down. Battlestorm in this one. They've scored 10 points off of 6 Fever turnovers, so that's really the difference in the game right now. Clark leaning in.
Could talk about it, but they're not going to do that. And with Noelle Quinn, as you mentioned, no challenge.
Clark 3-ball in the way, and good. Boy, that cost Seattle.
Regularly in their previous meetings. Part of that is you have a player like Camila Cardoso defending often at times in that on-ball action.
Clark trying to shake free Mabry all over her. Here is Clark. Clark separating, taking, and hitting. Caitlin.
Afterwards, is that like a stank face?
a locked-in face.
Locked-in face.
Clark a deep 3.
You bet.
Spectacle.
In Phoenix. I mean, the three-point contest can't wait for this year after what Sabrina Ionescu did last year. You got Team USA against Team All-Stars. Clark connects. Honored by a rookie all-time. She still has a quarter to go, and it is a franchise record for Indiana. 13 assists for Clark. Boston has 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists herself. Clark, a bomb is good.
Solid post D.
Boston, who also has a 15-5-5 game today. Here's Clark, catch, fire, and connect.
Off of a game where she struggled from the field.
Really good screen by Nia Coffey, and that's something that Nia Coffey does well every time down the floor. It tries to help.
We will be able to see her before the All-Star break as another turnover for Atlanta. This will be their third. Caitlin Clark asks for the ball, and that's why.
Pressure. That is what she has done throughout her career at multiple levels.
Tina Charles just had 2 points against Indiana. Points so far tonight. She has 8 in this quarter.
The Indiana Fever having to take the ball out of the net a lot more here in this third than we saw in the first half, and that's affected their pace.
Clark outside, and that's good.
3 of their last 5, Washington has.
Did not hit a 3 in the first quarter, the Mystics. Clark way downtown, knocks down a 3. Well, they're doing a nice job of sliding her feet, staying in position there. Wheeler in the starters right now here for Indiana.
Wheeler, Clark launches, hits a three.
And Christy Sides told us we have got to find a body on Reese. Clark gets freed up from up top. To be on the floor is probably what she said. Reese can't get it. Clark with the basketball. 9 total points in the game. Steps it back from 3. Knocks it down. 3:10 left to play in this one. Indiana, at least in the fourth quarter, an 8-3 rebounding advantage. Clark pulls, fires, hits.
Post player. She can score left or right. She works hard and does her work early before the ball gets inside.
Cheyenne Parker married in the offseason. Clark catch and shoot, hits a three.
Since we were last here in this building 4 weeks from now tomorrow. Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a three.
Taking 2 white jerseys with her, which leads to the wide open. Had all day to shoot at 3 for Tiffany Mitchell.
Connecticut, second last in the league in three-point percentage, just under 29%. Clark heaves and rattles one in.
Taking it all the way to the rim. She pulled up with confidence from range and drained it.
Mystics currently on a 6-0 run as they tied it at 13. Here's Clark. Picked up now by Dee Richards as she's into the ball game. Richards on the floor. Clark, the step back 3 just below the logo, drills it. And Christy Wallace returning for the Fever. Meg McDonald, Chrissy Winter-Scott, Megan McPeak with you here. Clark pulls off that screen, knocks it down even
over the glass, and that's what Eric Tebow wants from her.
Smith with the rebound for the Fever. Clark, pull up 3. That one tickles. Great crowd here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Capital One Arena. They were expecting a sellout.
I'm looking around and I don't see many free seats whatsoever all the way to the top. So you love to see that DMV showing out.
Clark, an absolute three-point play.
Well, that's her wheelhouse. She wants the physicality down in that paint. So the best thing you can do as a defender is not give it to her.
Clark. Back-to-back triples for.
She did mention that she wasn't going to be able to see Katie Lou after last night's game. So today, really the first time they're seeing her.
Clark out of the window. And Clark, 12 points in the last 5 minutes, up to 22, and Atkins is up to 14 now.
Some isolation here for Mitchell.
Clark, another one.
23-4 run, and look at that differential in the first quarter, a plus 67. It's been the second and third quarter that's been the issue for the Liberty, so let's see if they can have a better one here today.
Whether it's a defensive board or a turnover and push pace the other way. First in the league in fast break points.
Clark connects!
Seeing how the conversation has changed around women's basketball, they understand their impact and what it has done and how they are living out their dreams today.
And right on cue!
Pushing to angles has been really high level.
Oh, okay. A good opportunity there. Couldn't get it done on the high-low. Clark against Horston. Seattle's been switching off defenders on Caitlin Clark. Looking at 3 and knocks it.
WNBA 25-year anniversary this year from when Lynn Dunn did that.
And all game long is Seattle getting into the lane, making the extra pass, sometimes the extra 2 passes like we saw there. And just easy as you please. But Caitlin Clark.
Move well without the basketball. They're going to need all of that tonight.
Here is Clark. She will launch and bury a 3.
Hamby had a clear out.
Giroux turns, ducks in. In fact, Benley stays with her. Blocked from behind. That was Clark. Now Clark looking to push. Cross-court pass. Pull. Back to Clark. She will launch and bury a 3. Turn. Probably call on the floor. Stands as Nurse can't get it to go. There's Boston with the rebound. So Christy Side's going to trust her second-year pro. 5 fouls. Just under 8 minutes to play. Clark finds some space and hits a 3.
Second all-time. She's now 4th all-time, but she's 1 of 4 here in those leading scorers in the NCAA ranks. We've got some score power on the court.
Watch that inside hand, that left hand. Caitlin Clark gets away with. That's putting up some buckets.
It sure was. Top 4 scorers at the college level here in this one as
step. It's a one-possession game as this capacity crowd rises to its feet. Chant a defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three. Gets the bounce. LA within 1. Within 2, I beg your pardon. 73-71 our score. Clark has space. She's going to let it fly, and she's going to connect.
Oh, that one didn't go, and this one does. Nneka Ogwumike is heating up since the second quarter. 19 points of 9 of 13 shooting.
And 12 assists now for Seattle.
Clark answers, and that is
out and making her professional debut.
Rebound mule. Oh, that would have been something.
Oh, the crowd would have absolutely blown the roof off.
But playing at UConn, she is used to all of this. Oh, Caitlin.
And finishing.
And Caitlin Clark just had to let her go. She has that one foul. Knows it's important not to pick up the second because she got 2 in the first quarter against Connecticut.
Clark connects on a 3. Connecticut an early 9-point lead. Clark a 3 is good. Bonner gets denied by Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo. The regular season and then throughout the entirety of that run to the finals before the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games. Clark connects on a 3. Ionescu again. She was left alone in the corner and almost had to look like, all right, if you guys want to do that, go for it.
Against New York, defensive transition has to be one of the top goals. Just for that reason, they're too deadly from behind the arc.
An 11-0 run for New York. Clark, she got another. Second 3.
And there's probably plenty of people who attended their prom who did not get as close to their date as Lainey Hamilton has been to Caitlin Clark all night tonight.
Are you talking about my high school experience? Clark connects on a deep 3. Clark working in transition. Goes cross court. Katie Lou Samuelson can't hit the long 2. Stays here with Indiana. Clark, a deep one. You bet. Brooklyn.
But you need all of them.
Let's see if Melissa Smith can get going.
2 points on 3 shots here tonight. Davis hounding Clark. Clark, step back 3, knocks it down.
Back Bentley. Here's Clark, a good look from 3. She got it! The first. Carrington gets free. Dejanay Carrington with 16 points. He's played terrific defense as well. Here's Clark off a screen, gets a look, and hits. Season or later, only Diana Taurasi, who had 20 back in 2018 with more. Clark got some space. Probing, drags out Nelson Adota. Clark will fire, and hit the 3. Rebecca went through for you the gauntlet that the Fever start this season with. Clark around the screen from Boston. To the corner, Berger. Just no space. Connecticut everywhere. There's Clark with Banham guarding her. Clark gets bumped, will take, and hit from 3.
Perfectly placed there. That's when you say, oh, that was a pass from my teammate. You take it off of Nia Coffey.
Clark off the screen, finds some space, and there's a 3. Powers working off the Hillman screen. Long 2, shot too strong. Atlanta opened up red hot. They've been ice cold since that first quarter. Clark way outside. You bet.
Blocks some shots.
45 blocks last year. Clark for 3.
that can score the ball, but defensively, can they defend and stop other players from other teams from scoring?
Well, last year Indiana was 10th in pace. Christy Sides telling us Clark rattles her.
The rest are just gonna fall also. And Enrique, she is just a bucket.
That's what Krista Gerlich told me about you at Texas Tech. They wanted the offensive foul, not going to get it.
This young Indiana team.
Well, now Indiana on a 7-0 run. They look to extend it after the miss. Wheeler, career high assists per game, best assist to turnover ratio in her career last season. Clark gets away with a little push. Fall away, buries it.
And that was a pretty good team.
That was what made that team so good, you two? Outside Clark again.